What's good, my lovely peoples? It's your main man Solace. I want to do this last of the the slave history videos. Now, in this one, I want to break down to y'all how white people have secretly claimed every race as their own, and they accomplished this by the mixing and mingling. So you figure you have Jews. Jews were always documented as being dark-skinned people with Afro-style hair, always documented that way. But in today's times, when you see a Jew, it is a white man with curly hair. Now, you know you have eyes, so it's a white man, but they were documented as being dark-skinned people with Afro-style hair. And this is how that happens. So now the Jews are called Jewish, and it's only because they truly are not Jewish. They just wish they were. So when something is ish at the end, that means it's not a sure thing. If I say I'll be there around 8ish, that means I won't be there at 8ish. I'll be there when I get there. So we just have to understand this. Now, the same with Mexicans. Mexicans have always been documented as being dark-skinned people with Afro-style hair. Now, when we see Mexicans today, we see white men. Canelo, De La Hoya, and a whole bunch of other Mexicans. They're white. Now, how this happens is white people mingled with these races. So a white person would have sex with a Mexican. The baby would be half Mexican, half white. That baby would mingle with other whites and now look more white, but still claim Mexican. And this is how white people take over Mexican now. So now, with the Jews, when reparations is time to be given, it goes to the Jews who are 90%, 80% white. And the true Jews are wiped out, which would be the Negroes or the black people. These Jews are wiped out, and the Jews that are truly white but only have like 10-20% Jew in them, they get the reparations. And this is how white people have tricked the whole world. They've done this with every race. So we must grasp this. It is a deep, deep thing. We must understand this. The stories that we heard from the Bible. Now remember, the Bible is not written in order. It's just stories from any time put to how they want. The story of Lot is the oldest story in the Bible, yet it is not first. So you know they just put things in any order they want. Now, grasp this. The ancient Hebrews from the Bible are the same people from the lands of America. This is the same people. Now, the people from America have always been in America. The dark, black-skinned people or copper-colored people have always been in America, just as long as people have been in Africa. Now, these people, some of them migrated around the world. Some of the dark-skinned Americans migrated around the world. This is how you get black people, Negroes, everywhere. Some of them went to the lands of Kim. Now, when Kim documented their history, they documented the Hebrews in it. And this is the name that they gave those people. But those people didn't call themselves that. You have to understand, those people didn't document their history because they were nomadic. So you can't document your history and carve it on someone else's land. The people of that land document their history and they include those people. So now when you hear stories of the Native Americans or the Native Indians, this is what the white people called them because they documented the history here. The native peoples of this land didn't document the history because this was their land. They knew the history. So now all these names we have for these lost black races, the Hebrews, it's a black race of people, but where are they? You have the Native American, a black race of people, but where are they? You got the Native Indians on the reserves, posturing as them, but that is not truly the same people because they were copper colored. Those motherfuckers are white. So now you got to ask yourself, where is this coppered, dark colored race of people that was written about in the Bible that were called Hebrews? Where are they? Where is this dark-skinned race of people that were told about in the slave trade that occupied America? Where are they? And this is where you must understand, this is you. This is the documentation of you by other races. So when you hear of black people being referred to as Hebrews, this is what the ancient Egyptians called you. When you hear Native Indian or Native American, this is what the white Spaniards and this is what they documented you as. But we always lived in tribes. So the 12 tribes became the many tribes of Americas, or the many tribes of Americas became the 12 tribes that were scattered around. But however you want to look at it, the Hebrews are the Native Americans of the land. And the Native American people of the land is us. Every race that lives in America, whether Chinese, Indian, African too, they know where they derived from. Even if they were born in America, they know where they derived from. The only people on American soil that do not know where they derive from, we refer to them as African Americans, Negroes, niggers, black people. These are the only people that don't know where they derive from. And the reason of that is because this is your home.